This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for July 23, 2023. And in the news this evening, 2 arrested after another St. Elizabeth bar robbery attempt. The police arrested 2 men who they believe were involved in the attempted robbery of a bar in Braze River, St. Elizabeth, early Sunday morning. Reports are that about 3:45 a.m., the complainant who operates the bar in Braze River was alerted that his establishment was being broken into. He inquired but was met with gunshots from the robbers, who were traveling in a Toyota Voxy motor vehicle. The men managed to flee the scene. The police were alerted and shortly after intercepted a Toyota Corolla motor car operating as a pilot motor vehicle in closer proximity to where the shooting occurred. The driver was taken into custody. Shortly after, a team of officers intercepted the Toyota Voxy motor vehicle in Elam district in the parish. On the approach of the law enforcement officers, the gunmen opened gunfire. The police returned the fire, however 2 men managed to escape. The third assailant was subsequently apprehended. Both men were arrested and the 2 vehicles seized pending further investigations. The news reported last week that there has been a spate of robberies of bars along the south coast of St. Elizabeth. The robbers have been pillaging operators and the patrons in traditionally low-crime areas such as Southfield, Flaggerman, Bull Savannah, Alligator Pond, Lane, Downs, New Forest, Sea Air, Bellevue, and even Malvern atop the Santa Cruz Mountains. One of the robberies turned fatal on Saturday when a patron identified as 52-year-old Lloyd Cole, otherwise called Rice Man, was killed by gunmen during an armed robbery at a bar in Top Hill in the parish. Woman killed, 3 injured in Westmoreland 2-bike collision. 3 people were injured and 1 killed in a motorcycle crash in Bluefields, Westmoreland this morning. The deceased has been identified as 23-year-old Kimisha Mary of Alder in Bluefields. The collision occurred on the main road in Belmont. Reports from the Bluefields police are that about 3:40 a.m., 2 motorcycles, a gray Cobra CG 200 and a Champion 150, were traveling in the same direction when they collided after both riders lost control. All 4 persons were flung from the motorcycles and sustained several injuries. They were taken to hospital, where Mary, who was a pillion on the Cobra motorcycle, was pronounced dead. The others were admitted. Jaffras hospitalized after motor vehicle crash. Dancehall artist Jaffras has been hospitalized after being involved in a serious motor vehicle accident on Saturday morning in the corporate area. The DJ is presently recuperating after the accident, which occurred about 8:30 a.m. The DJ is shaken up. He is wearing a neck brace. He has lacerations on his head, and he is supposed to do a CT scan today. He said that he just remembered being in the accident with blood all over his face and then waking up in the hospital. Manager Anthony Taylor told the news. Taylor shared that a passing taxi saw the accident and the driver rendered assistance, transporting the crime lord DJ to the Kingston Public Hospital. Jaffras said all he remembered was 1 minute driving his Beamer on Ligoni Avenue and the next minute waking up at KPH. Eyewitnesses say a woman came out on him and the car crashed and completely right off. The vehicle is at the Matilda's Corner Police Station, Taylor said. Born Chevin Jarrett, Jaffras is from Glendevon, a tough enclave in Montego Bay, St. James. He has helped put the tourist city's dancehall sound on the map, along with Tommy Lee Sparta, TJ, and the Squash. Jaffras is better known for the singles Warmino, Frustration, and the Crime Lord. Man charged over fatal Hanover gun attack. The police in Hanover have charged a man in relation to the shooting death of a security guard and the injury of another in a car along the Shuttlewood Main Road in Ramble earlier this month. 35-year-old Steve MacDonald of Landetop in Chester Castle is charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and wounding with intent. The charges are in connection with the murder of 43-year-old Dwayne Barnes, a security guard of Awful Gully, Becker's death in St. James. The attack occurred on Thursday, July 6. Reports from the Lucy police are that about midday, Barnes was a passenger in a Nissan AD wagon motorcar when armed men pounced upon them. It is alleged that McDonald was among the group of men who opened gunfire at the vehicle, killing Barnes and injuring another man. An investigation commenced and McDonald was arrested and charged, following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. Government dismisses itself from controversy at the funeral of Daniel Roe. The government says it did not impose itself at the funeral of slain 8-year-old Daniel Roe in Portmore, St. Catherine today. Upset family members expressed outrage about the program and claimed that some relatives were excluded from participating in the service, while a politician, among other persons, was allowed to speak. They walked out of the funeral, which was held at the Portmore Seventh-day Adventist Church. Arising from the controversy, the government in a statement this afternoon said that it was not involved in the planning of the funeral. It said Minister of Education Favour Williams attended the funeral in her official capacity and that the pastor requested that she make a statement at the service, which she did. No other person from the government was engaged in the funeral, it added. The government extended condolences to the family of Daniel Roe and renews its call for the police to continue their investigation into her murder. Roe was abducted from the Brayton Primary and Infant School in Portmore, St. Catherine on Thursday, June 8, and was transported to Roosevelt Avenue in St. Andrew, where her throat was slashed. She was found along the roadway by a soldier who took her to the nearby Bustamante Hospital for Children, where she died in the early morning hours of Saturday, June 10. Gun found in bag at Mount Salem bar, man arrested. The police seized a Glock 26 pistol fitted with a magazine containing 8.40 rounds of ammunition at a bar in Mount Salem, St. James, early Sunday morning. It is reported that about 1 a.m., lawmen on patrol conducted a search of a business establishment in the area where the firearm was found in a bag. One of the patrons who claimed the bag was subsequently arrested. His identity is being withheld pending further investigations. Court reporters restive. The news has been informed that court reporters employed by the government are now restive. It's understood that the court reporters are unhappy with their salary package under the compensation review scheme. The news was informed that the employees wrote to the Court Administration Division complaining about anomalies in their salary but have not yet received a positive response. It is understood that there are now fears that the court reporters could join prosecutors who took protest action last week. If this happens, it could further cripple circuit court sittings. Prosecutors assigned to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions called in sick last week, while others returned to base to protest against their pay package under the Compensation Review Program. Director of Public Prosecutions Paul Llewellyn has come to the defense of the prosecutors, arguing that they are not being properly compensated for the volume of work they are required to perform. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.